waa xad bisha September waa 21 waa 2025 sideedii iyo 26 daqiiqo studio waxaa nagula sugan Andrew Knack oo u tartamaya Duqa Magaalada Edmonton. Mr. Andrew Knack, welcome to Madasha Front Open Forum Somali radio show on CGSR.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming. We invite almost all mayor candidates, so thanks. It's a pleasure to have you, the first candidate who come to the studio. To begin with, many people who do not know that much about Andrew Knack. Who's Andrew Knack?
Well, Andrew Knack, I have been a city councillor for the last 12 years in the city of Edmonton, representing West Edmonton. And I've had the opportunity to work on a number of different initiatives over that time and a number of projects. So in the West End, I've supported and championed things like the Valley Line West LRT, which is under construction, the Lewis Farms Rec Centre and Library, some pretty major infrastructure projects for our part of the city, while also making sure we're building a city that is more affordable, more safe, and one that's managing our very rapid population growth.
Wow, that's quite big projects. But
Yes.
Many would have said if someone had been in the city hall for the last 3 terms, he would be tired and said, enough, I'm going to go out of the politics now, or I'm going to take another level. So why bidding for the city mayor?
For me, well, first, I get energized by this job. Truly, it is a absolute privilege to get to serve every single day. I often tell people, there might be bad moments in this job, but there's never been a bad day after 12 years. It is so inspiring to get out across the city. Yesterday was Community League Day, and we had a chance to travel all of Edmonton, visiting community leagues and seeing the great work that volunteers do. That type of work is what's inspiring. That type of work is what we need to celebrate. There's so many positive things within the city, and we're not without our challenges that we need to work on. But I think we need to embrace the positivity in this city while also working together to tackle some of those complex challenges that we do have facing us right now.
Many would be thinking about a lot of issues in the city.
Yeah.
So I guess being there 12 years, no one knows better than you what's going on.
That's right.
So what would you classify the situation in the city? How you explain the situation we're in? Are we okay? Is it something very bad compared to other big cities? Or are we doing good?
I think it depends on the issue, right? But overall, I think we are doing really good. I often remind people that in the last 4 years, 200,000 people have moved to the city of Edmonton. People wouldn't move here if they didn't see this as a city of opportunity, if they didn't see the potential, if they didn't see this as a place that they can raise a family, start a business, get good employment, have a great quality of life. Now, at the same time, there are some big challenges. Because we're growing so rapidly, there's parts of the city that don't have infrastructure, good roadways or good amenities like recreation centers or libraries or fire halls. So we need to tackle that challenge. In older neighborhoods, we have some infrastructure that needs renewal. We do have some safety challenges. While overall there's certain good work, we see a lot of housing and homelessness, which is probably worse in Edmonton than it is in most major cities right now. And at the end of the day, while that's supposed to be provincial jurisdiction, that's something we need to take a greater leadership role on. So there's going to be issues that it's hard in Edmonton, or it's maybe even worse here than in other spots. But there's a lot of other incredible things that I think we're doing substantially better than anyone else. And so that's why it's a combination of both embracing the positivity and the good that we're seeing, while also not shying away from those challenges, being willing to tackle those challenges in a thoughtful way.
You mentioned a lot of people are moving to Edmonton. Why are the people moving here? Because of JCK invitation, Alberta's calling, or life is affordable here, or they are between? What is the main reason why people are moving here? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a combination. Just today I was out in the very southern edge of the city in the community of Allard, and had a chance to run into a lot of people at their doors today, many of whom who'd moved from Ontario or British Columbia. And the number one reason people said that they moved to Edmonton is that this is a place that they can afford to buy a home. This is a place where there is a good quality of life. There are those amenities and services they need. They feel that this is a good place to be and to raise their family. and they didn't see that opportunity available to them anymore in Ontario or British Columbia. Edmonton is a place where they can actually still have that amazing life, where they have more affordable options. And again, not everyone's facing the same, not everyone has the same affordability situation. There are some that are facing challenges, but those that are moving here see this as a place of great opportunity and great affordability.
I moved out of this city in 2016 to the US. Then there was a plan that city has a very good an investment to eliminate homelessness.
Yeah.
It tripled, more than tripled.
That's right.
What went wrong?
So it's a few things, because as I sort of mentioned, when you look at the issues of housing and homelessness, mental health and addictions, this is technically provincial jurisdiction. We've been trying to help fill gaps in a lot of ways, and while we have built some of our own housing, while we've tried to fulfill the need for things like day shelter spaces, at the end of the day, we've generally been trying to fill in gaps while we await the province to take more significant action. Every Canadian city is dealing with this. This is not unique to Edmonton. In fact, now we're even starting to see this in mid-sized cities across the province. But what we need, and why I think it's gotten as bad as it is, COVID certainly contributed to it, but also a lack of investment in true 24/7 supportive housing, where you have that type of housing with wraparound supports, healthcare workers, mental health workers, so that those who are dealing with the greatest issues, those who have significant mental health and addictions challenges, significant trauma, they need a place where they can not just move into, but move into with the right supports. And that's been lacking in this province. And that's why, as a city, I think we need to stop waiting for the provincial government and take significant greater leadership role in filling this gap. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, we're seeing many people losing their lives on the streets. We're about to go into winter. We'll see people lose limbs. And it's also challenging for the communities. In the same community I was in today, which is at the very southern edge right now of our city, there are encampments there. It's everywhere. And so we need to be willing to say, we're not going to be waiting anymore for the province. We're going to go work with whoever's willing to work with us to help tackle this very serious crisis.
All right, we're going to take a little break. Dhegeystayaal, waxaa inoo marti Musharaxa Duqa Magaalada Edmonton, Knack. Telefonka numberkiisu waa 7 eber 492 extensionkuna waa 1. أنا lahashadeedii ruux kale laladii saada cali warsame allah u naxariisto codka macaan halkaad ka dhageysanaysaan waa 88.5 FM cgsr.com iyo weliba tiktoka oo aad si toos ah nogala socotaan. Friend Ismail from TikTok said, Andrew Knack, the tax the city is going up and deficit is going with. So why the taxes is going up and the deficit is going up at the same time? If you collecting more money, it should be balanced or at least come in close.
So, great question. So, in fact, the way the Municipal Government Act works is that municipalities actually can't budget for a deficit. Now, what can happen throughout the years that there can be variables in the budget where you're looking at different challenges. We just had our quarterly financial update. We're actually in a positive position, a surplus position right now. We're trending either a little bit of a deficit or potentially break even, but actually this year we're looking well. In the last, I believe, 17 years, the city's only had a deficit position 4 years. But then that raises the broader question about property taxes, is that this is the challenge when we talk about affordability. People are facing a real affordability crisis right now. And even though there are folks moving here who don't feel that, there's a lot of people who are living here today who are feeling that. And that's why I brought forward a proposal, actually I successfully put forward a motion that will restructure how the city of Edmonton will budget. So going into the new year with the new council, they'll actually be going through every single branch to set a new foundation for how the city of Edmonton budgets, to help really determine what we should be investing in and what are areas maybe we can do without over the next couple of years. At the end of the day though, and this is something I keep reinforcing over and over again, since we are growing as rapidly as we are, we do have to recognize that to provide the services and amenities and infrastructure across the city, there is a cost to that. So it's not that if I have the great fortune of serving as Edmonton's next mayor, I want to bring forward a responsible budget, one that allows us to still keep up with the growth while keeping our taxes as low as we can.
Is it possible?
Well, so that's the important question. I think for me,